My guest today is an inspiration to people all over North America. Joe Buffalo is the only professional skateboarder on earth who's also a survivor of Canada's residential school system. He hails from the Samson Cree Nation and now calls Vancouver his home base. And Tony Hawk once executive produced a documentary about his life story called Joe Buffalo, which you can watch on the New Yorker's YouTube channel. Joe, welcome. Thank you for coming here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
I have a collection of your boards. I have a collection of a lot of skateboards. This one is Chief Poundmaker. This was your first board ever. Very important figure. Your ancestor, Chief Poundmaker.
Yes.
This board has an interesting story behind it. What's the deal with this board?
All right. So this board, I ended up, when I was going to school back then, it says right here, grade 8, I had met a girl who was from Manitoba, and we fell in love, and puppy love. And basically, when school had ended, we had exchanged IDs. So I got her ID and she gave me hers, and I was like, I'll see you next year kind of thing, you know what I mean? And she never showed up again the next year. So I was like, okay, you know, and so anyways, as time went on, when Facebook first became a thing, I got on Facebook. I was a little late, but when I got on, she had hit me up. Her name is Charlotte. Charlotte hit me up and was like, did you get your residential school settled? And I'm like, go on. I was so consumed by my addictions and alcoholism that I would swear at the TV every time I heard anything about it. You know what I mean? And so it turns out the records of us going were destroyed. So there was no proof of me being there. She's like, well, good thing I'm a pack rat. She's like, check this out. And so she sent me a photo of the ID card that she had kept since back then. She's like, what's your address? I'm going to send this to you. So she sent that to me. And not only did it formed some sort of closure that I had, knowing that I was like, hey, look, everybody, I actually went, you know? It was also, it granted me some monetary value from the settlement. And so really it was just the story of like being in this school and just seeing like-minded people all from different walks of life. And just the stories that I've come home with, you know what I mean? To this day, I still share every story that I've ever learned in those while I was there. And so I just figured making this as a graphic would not only tell a story on its own, but it would hopefully inspire others to come forward and tell theirs, you know what I mean? So it's a little emotional for me, but you know, it's like, it's like something I've always wanted, which is just like, and so I collabed with a friend of mine and yeah, we made it happen. So it was like super, this one hits home for me because just it's a lot of value and a lot of morals like were instilled when I went to these places, you know what I mean? And I didn't learn it from the school, I learned it from the people, you know? So yeah.
Can people, this was a few years ago, can people still buy this board?
So this board was part of Colonialism Skateboards, and I'm no longer, my journey there has come to an end. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reissuing these on a drop, as well as this board in the coming months. So you'll be able to get access to this one, and then to follow, I'll have these as well.
Awesome.
And so they'll be limited edition, like signed from both artists and myself and numbered, and as well as the merch drop that I have that's coming out.
Can you sign these ones for me before you leave?
100% for sure.
Okay, thanks again, Joe.
Yeah,
thanks for joining
it.
Follow Joe on social media. He'll let you know about those drops, and make sure to look up the documentary Joe Buffalo on YouTube.